Tom Cruise is one of the most famous actors in the world. From Top Gun in the 1980s to Mission Impossible today, he has spent more than 4 decades in the spotlight. And yet something about him seems strange. Unlike most people, Tom Cruise looks almost the same as he did 30 years ago. Social media is full of memes calling him ageless, a vampire, or the man who doesn't get old. Of course, no one literally escapes aging. But Tom Cruise has become a symbol, a reminder of our obsession with youth, and our disbelief when someone appears to defy time. This brings us to one of the boldest frontiers in modern science: the end of aging. What if aging itself could be slowed, stopped, or even reversed through genetic therapies? Scientists today are studying how DNA damage, telomere shortening, and epigenetic changes cause our bodies to deteriorate. But new tools like CRISPR gene editing and cellular reprogramming suggest that we may one day reset our biological clocks. The question is, will science really allow us to become ageless, like Tom Cruise seems to be? And if so, what would that mean for humanity? In this video, we'll explore the myth of eternal youth, the real science of aging, the promise of genetic therapies, and the deep ethical dilemmas they raise. Let's separate the memes from the molecules and discover whether the end of aging could soon move from Hollywood fantasy to scientific reality. Humans have always feared aging. Ancient legends speak of fountains of youth, magic elixirs, and gods who never grew old. Cleopatra reportedly bathed in milk to preserve her beauty. Medieval alchemists searched for potions to extend life. And explorers in the Age of Discovery chased myths of lands where people never aged. But for most of history, these were fantasies. Aging was seen as inevitable, a curse of mortality. In modern times, however, the dream of staying young has become a billion-dollar business. Creams, diets, plastic surgery, Botox, fillers, and laser treatments all promise to hold back time. Yet these methods are only superficial. They stretch skin, fill wrinkles, or cover imperfections, but they don't change the biology underneath. That's why figures like Tom Cruise capture attention. His apparent ability to defy aging seems almost mythical. But instead of magic, today we have science. Tools that go deeper than skin. The new frontier isn't about hiding age. It's about reversing it at the cellular and genetic level. And that's where the true revolution begins. To understand how we might stop aging, we first need to know what aging really is. Scientists describe aging as the gradual accumulation of damage in our cells and tissues. DNA breaks, proteins misfold, mitochondria weaken, and telomeres shorten. Over time, our repair systems fail, leading to wrinkles, gray hair, and eventually, disease. 3 main processes define biological aging: DNA damage. Every day, our cells are bombarded by stress, radiation, and internal errors. This damage builds up. Telomere shortening. Telomeres are like caps on our chromosomes. Every time cells divide, telomeres shrink. When they get too short, the cell stops dividing. Epigenetic drift. Genes are like switches. Over time, the system that controls them becomes less precise, making cells forget their function. In short, aging is not just the passing of time, it's biology breaking down. But what if we could repair DNA? Extend telomeres and reset epigenetic signals? That's the dream of modern longevity science. And with new tools like CRISPR and Yamanaka factors, scientists believe it might be possible. Right now, several cutting-edge therapies aim to reverse aging at its root. Cellular reprogramming uses Yamanaka factors to reset adult cells back into a youthful state. In mice, this has already reversed signs of aging and extended lifespan. CRISPR gene editing allows scientists to cut and edit DNA, repairing mutations that cause aging-related diseases. Gene therapies are being tested to boost telomerase, the enzyme that rebuilds telomeres, potentially extending cell life. These are not science fiction. Startups like Altos Labs, Calico, and dozens of biotech labs worldwide are testing these technologies. Some experiments have already rejuvenated tissues, restored vision, or improved health in animals. But in humans, these therapies are still experimental. They hold enormous promise, but also unknown risks. Tom Cruise isn't the only celebrity people call ageless. Jennifer Lopez, Keanu Reeves, and Pharrell Williams often spark the same reaction. Social media constantly asks, how do they look so young? Part of the answer is genetics. Some people naturally age slower due to their DNA. Part is lifestyle. Exercise, diet, sleep, and stress all affect how we age. And part, of course, is access to the best healthcare, treatments, and cosmetic procedures money can buy. But what makes Tom Cruise stand out is how public his life has been. We've literally watched him on screen for 40 years, and he looks almost unchanged. Whether it's makeup, genetics, or just discipline, his image has become a cultural symbol of eternal youth. Celebrities like Cruise and Lopez remind us of our obsession with looking young. They fuel the demand for anti-aging products. And now, as science advances, they represent the future. A world where ageless may no longer be a metaphor, but a medical reality. While gene editing and reprogramming are still in labs, some anti-aging tools already exist. Supplements like resveratrol, NMN, and rapamycin show promise in animal studies and are used by biohackers worldwide. Stem cell therapies are offered in clinics, sometimes legally, sometimes not, claiming to rejuvenate skin, joints, and even organs. Advanced diagnostics can now measure biological age by analyzing DNA markers. Of course, results vary. Some treatments are supported by strong science. Others are pure marketing. The challenge for ordinary people is separating hype from reality. Still, the fact that some tools already exist shows that the anti-aging revolution is not a distant dream. It has already begun. If genetic therapies could make humans ageless, should we pursue them? First, inequality. These treatments will be expensive at first. Will only billionaires and celebrities like Tom Cruise benefit, while the rest of us age normally? Second, identity. If you look 40 at 100 years old, who are you? Will society need new ways to define age? Third, risk. Reprogramming cells could trigger uncontrolled growth, even cancer. Editing genes could create unintended mutations. And finally, meaning. If aging disappears, do we lose urgency? Would life feel less valuable without the limit of time? These questions are real, and they grow louder as science advances. Because once the technology exists, humanity will need to decide not just if we can use it, but if we should. Tom Cruise may not literally be ageless, but his cultural image symbolizes humanity's dream of eternal youth. Science is moving closer to making that dream real. Genetic therapies, cellular reprogramming, and CRISPR could one day let us reset our biological clocks. The end of aging may not come tomorrow, but it is no longer fantasy. It is science in progress, so what do you think? Should humanity chase agelessness, or accept aging as part of life? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Because in our next video, we'll explore another icon of eternal youth, Jennifer Lopez. What's the secret behind her timeless beauty, and what does science say about it?